Hello, I'm Mr. Ogre, and in this video I'm going to be covering skinning in the War Within. So whether you're after tips, farming spots, or treasure locations, I've got you covered. So let's get into it. Skinning in the War Within keeps the familiar layout from Dragonflight, where you kill beasts and skin them to obtain valuable resources like leather, hide, chitin, and carapace. So what are the new materials we are gathering? Well, for leather you're going to have the storm charged leather and the thunderous hide. For chitin, it's gloom chitin and sunless carapace. On top of this, each type of mob will have its own special material. For example, the skitterer type mobs will drop Azj-kahet swarm chitin as well. First, you're going to need to learn skinning. Skinning is taught by Ginad. This is a person located in the east of the foregrounds, located in the southern part of Dornogal, Dornogal being the capital city of the War Within, and the first zone you'll encounter in the expansion. You'll be sent here within the first few quests, so be sure to visit Ginad to train your skinning early on so you don't miss any while you're questing. So let's talk about leveling your skinning. Skinning's a very easy skill to level, it'll be extremely quick. But I have two spots that I think are great to start out that are both on the Isle of Dorn. One is a leather spot and one is a chitin spot. First up is the leather farming spot. Located just north of the Boulder Springs, here you'll find Planeswalker Shellhorns and Ironhoof Shellhorns. These mobs are part of a side quest, so early on you may see other players killing them, but even if you're there solo, you shouldn't ever run out of mobs to kill there and skin. Next, we have the chitin farming spot. Along the western coast of the Isle of Dorn, just north of Dar Oztan, there's a cove filled with manafleck crawlers. These crabs respawn really quickly, so you can continuously farm them as you move up and down the coast. Now, if you're onto your second character, or maybe your main character is a skinner and you're max level already, I do have a couple of more efficient spots that I think are better. The first is a gloom chitin spot in Azj-kahet. And this is the Pillar Nest Vash. This is located a little west of Farion's Advance in the north of Azj-kahet. The place is swarming with Nerubian beasts, making it super good. In this area, you'll be targeting spored skitterers, spored lashers, and spored stingers. These mobs are all normal, so you can easily AoE them down. And when you skin them, you're going to get Gloom Chitin, Viridescent Spores, Kahet Swarm Chitin, and Honed Bone Shards. If you want to increase the efficiency of this spot even further, doing this in a group is really good, especially if you can have a hunter or a moonkin to pull from far away. The second leather spot is on the Isle of Dorn. In the northeast, just below the Cinderbrew Meadery, you'll find packs of elite Tempest Wolves. These can be skinned for storm charged leather. However, because they are elite, you will need a group to be able to farm these effectively. Now that we spoke a little bit about farming spots, I want to move on to profession knowledge. There are 3 specializations for skinning, and all of them will increase the amount of resources you receive. However, I do recommend unlocking them in a specific order in order to maximize your gains. Start by unlocking Tannin. It unlocks the Sharpen Your Knife ability, guaranteeing a hide or carapace on your next skin. It has a 1 hour cooldown, and you can gain additional charges through further specialization in the tanning tree. Then unlock Luring. With this specialization you can craft elusive creature lures. This spawns a specific mob that will drop a rare material. This can be improved further by investing more into luring. I will talk about this in a little bit. And finally we have the Harvesting Tree. This won't grant you anything in particular, and why I would leave it till last, it just gives you a little bit of skinning speed. So where should you spend your points? Tanning will increase the quality of the base materials that you receive, making this probably a very good choice in the long term. However, early on, I think luring has some extremely powerful components to it that would make it more valuable at the beginning of the expansion than it will later on. By investing 10 points into the luring tree, you can unlock a sub-specialization. If you then invest 40 points into the train tracker sub-specialization, you can then craft the Supreme Beast Lure. This is a mob that you can summon in the Ringing Deeps, and when this is killed and skinned, you will get a Supreme Beast Fang, at the current time of recording, this was selling for over 700k on EU servers. However, just as a word of warning, before you invest your points, double check the price on the AH because it may not be as valuable. So, where is the best place to get skinning knowledge? The easiest place is going to be the treasures. There are 8 profession treasures, each rewarding 3 points to grant you 24 skinning knowledge points. I'm going to break down where to find them, but I've also included waypoints in the description just to help you out. So first we have the Dornogal carving knife. This is located in the Alliance Embassy in Dornogal. It's on a table, it's on the right as you enter. I didn't test this on a Horde character, and it may be in the Horde Embassy on a Horde character. Then we have the Earthen worker beams. These are located on a farm in the north of the Isle of Dorn. They're a pile of planks on the floor, they're really easy to spot. We then have the Fungarian's rich Tannin. This is a small pile of powder located in the Talok area of the Ringing Deeps. Be wary that there is mobs in that area, so you could need to fight when you're trying to get it. And the Artisan's drawing knife is located in the main forge of Azj-kahet. It's a small knife on a barrel. The Arathi Craftsman's Spokeshave is on a table in one of the houses in central Merodar, Merodar being the capital city of Hallowfall. We have the Arathi tanning agent. This is located in one of the houses of Beladar's bounty. It is a small jar on the floor near some overturned crates. The next treasure is located a little south of the Weaver's Lair. It's a small jar on a counter where there are both hostile and unfriendly enemies nearby, so be careful. And then finally we have the Nerubian slicking iron. This is located in the lower part of the City of Threads, in a building on a table. If you have not unlocked the City of Threads in the campaign, you may not be able to access this treasure. You can also gain 15 easy points by doing a quest in Dornogal. It's called Crafting to Order. It's intended as an introduction to the work order system. All you have to do is pick up the quest from Roldera, turn around and click on Clerk Ardran, and then turn back around again and hand it in. The reward will be a choice of satchels. These satchels will contain different mats depending on which one you pick, but they will always contain 350 Artisan security and a soul sigil. If you then speak to Lyrendal in the same room, he will offer some skinning notes in exchange for Artisan security. So I just want to add some final tips. The first is pick yourself up some profession equipment off the auction house. It might cost you a little bit, but I think it's 100% worth it. These will be the Proficient Skinning Knife, the Hide Seeker's Hat, and the Hide Seeker's Pack. My next tip would be files. First is, if you have some leftover Artisan security, you can grab yourself a file of Finesse from Dragonflight, but you will have to use the order system for this. For War Within files, you have 2 options. You can either use a file of Bountiful Seasons, or a file of Enhanced Ambidextry. The file of Bountiful Seasons will increase your finesse during the summer. I'm not quite sure how this works, and the part about the winter doesn't apply to skinning. The file of Enhanced Ambidextry will increase your skinning speed. And my final tip, this may get fixed, but I'm going to mention it anyway, is the Mother's Skinning Knife. This is a toy from a short quest in Legion, and it lets you skin from up to 40 yards away. It says that the corpse needs to be level 49 or lower, but it does currently work in the War Within, so we'll see. They might fix it, and the use cases are pretty minimal, so just keep that in mind. And that's all I have for skinning. I'm hoping this was helpful, and if it was, please consider liking the video. And if you want to see more World of Warcraft content, consider hitting the subscribe button. It means a lot to me. Cheers and happy gathering.